Om Sri Sai Ram. With pranams at Swami's lotus feet. So today we are very excited and blessed actually to have Miss Purnima Shankar. And I'll give a very quick intro, sister, before I hand it over to you. Many of you, I think many of the devotees who are joining, probably already seen her or heard about her, especially if you have visited Mudanali. She's a teacher by profession, and she started her career in 2004 and progressed to different roles, including coordinator, headmistress, vice principal, and principal in corporate and international schools. Then she transitioned to working in Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai's mission in 2020 for serving and finding greater fulfillment in serving others. And now she is the chairperson of Sri Sathya Sai Prashanthiniketanam, Kondapaka campus. Interestingly, she was just telling us that Swami is visiting the campus in 27th of February, right? 27th of February in 2-3 days. So I know there's a lot of activities and she's very busy. So thanks, sister, again for taking time. Her husband, Sri Shankar, has also joined the mission and is currently serving as public relations officer in the campus. And their 2 children has been blessed to study in Swami's institutions. She's a dedicated educator with a rich professional background, and her life took a transformative turn upon joining Swami's mission 2020, with a strong emphasis on serving others and a deep devotion to Swami's teaching. These couple have immersed themselves in making meaningful contribution to education and thereby to the community. And I think many of us and many of the people attending the session itself are have kids, and we're all very eager to hear from you. Thanks, sister, again for taking time. Meanwhile, I'll also add that we also have our very own Krishna sister joining from Mudanali too. So she's also here to answer any questions. As you know, she's one of the trustee for Each One Educate One mission. So thank you, welcome you, sister, Krishna sister, again for joining. I know you're also very, very busy. So with that, I will hand it over to Purnima madam. So very quickly, format again, we will have Satsang, sister, after you speak, all the devotees who have questions, please post in the chat or question answer session. We'll collect those. We'll have some announcements post the Satsang, and then we'll continue the Q&A and then stop the today's event. Okay, yeah, sister.
Thank you so much, brother, for such a beautiful introduction. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. And as I always believe, speaking is not important, listening is more important. So you all have joined today to listen to my experiences. Thank you so much for that. And it's a blessed opportunity. I always feel with Swami, every moment is a blessed opportunity. So before I start, I would like to have a small prayer. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhucha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama sai deva. Offer ourselves at that lotus feet of dearest Swami, who is everything in our life. And today I pray Swami to speak through me and share my experiences to all of you. Thank you so much. As a brother has given an introduction, I was born in a low middle class family with 2 siblings. And when I was 5 years old, Swami entered into our lives through my maternal aunt, my mother's eldest sister. She used to help. She was from Bilaspur, it's from Chhattisgarh. So she used to come to our house, and through her, we got introduced to Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And we were very much fascinated to learn for some bhajans from her. So from when I was 5 years old, I started looking at Bhagwan's so beautiful image, and I got very much fascinated. And so that was from that year when I was 10 years old. I had only one friend in my life. He was Bhagwan Sri Sai Baba. Swami was the only friend in my life. And people used to, when my friends and all of them used to tell about their friends' names, But unfortunately, there were no other friends. But fortunately, I had only Swami in my life. And till today, he is the friend and he is everything to me. So it was a very small family, 2 brothers and myself and my mother, father. And it was a lower middle class, and we have seen all the ups and downs in the family when I was a child also. When I was 21 years old, I lost my father. And as I told you that my friend who was there with me throughout my childhood, so he has again come into our lives, and again he continued helping us. So when I was 21, I lost my father, and immediately in the next year, 22, when I was 22, I got married. And Mr. Shankar entered my family, and who took up the responsibilities of the family also. And from that year, 2022, he was with us, and he took up the responsibilities of the brothers also. 2004, 2003, I got married. In 2004, I was blessed with a baby, a girl. And as you all know, when in a Hindu family, in a family like family like me, so when a girl was born, my in-laws have not expected that I'll be giving birth to a girl, but it was a girl was born, and my in-laws have not come to the hospital to see the baby also for 2 days. I was literally disappointed, and I was feeling like, baby was born, and I was very happy. We were all, me and my husband were happy, but it was that my in-laws have not come to the hospital to see the baby. And after that, 2005, I started my career. I just started my teaching career as a social teacher. I started my career. After that, 2005 to 2010, I was into different various areas. As a teacher, I started, and then as an exceed coordinator. And after that, as few other roles I could do it, I could handle. And after the 2010, 2010, I was again pregnant. And as I told you, my previous experience, I was so scared. I was worried that whether if the second child was also be a girl, then how I'm going to face my in-laws. And I always used to pray Swami, Swami, what I'm going to do now? How will I face my family? How will I answer them? So then Swami is always there with me, and he told me, don't worry, you will be giving birth to a boy. And Swami has come in my dreams, and Swami used to tell that you'll be giving birth to a boy. And it was my prayers. And during my operation time, it was a cesarean operation. And during the C-section operation, in this operation theater, before the operation, Swami, Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba, he was in the yellow robe. He was there in the operation room. He was checking the things in the operation theater, and he was inspecting. He was checking each and everything in the room. He was just looking at the what the doctor was doing, how the preparations were going on, how the people were getting ready for taking the preparations and all those things. The Swami was there throughout in the room, and he was so anxious. He was very anxious, and he was there in the room. And then once everything was ready, he came, and where I was lying, he came next to me, and he sat next to the left of my side, and he sat there throughout the operation. And after the operation, when the boy has come out, Swami was telling me, see, Babu, you asked me for a boy. Now the boy has come out, and I'm leaving. You take care of your boy. So this was the experience when I feel like sharing with all of you. So second was the boy, and it was 2011 next year. When I wanted to have a rice feeding ceremony for boy, so we had the rice feeding ceremony in a samiti. We had a samiti where we were staying. So there in samiti, we had this rice feeding ceremony for the boy, and then I decided that any occasion of the boy, if happens, it should happen only in the presence of Bhagwan, and Bhagwan only has to perform any of the programs, any of the functions. So Swami's grace, rice feeding ceremony was done, and after the 2011-12 onwards, I used to visit Parthi and I used to have intense prayers to Swami for my girls' admission, for my daughter admission by the time she was in fourth and fifth standard. So I always wanted my children to study in Swami's institutions. So I used to visit Parthi and used to inquire about the admission process and all those things. So it was going on. Couple of times I went, and every time I used to go and inquire about the admission process there. And but I never got the opportunity to admit the daughter there. So it was in the year, the days were going on like that. And I had intense prayers that my daughter and even son both have to study in Swami's institutions only. So it was in the year 2019. In the year 2019, 2016, when I heard about Mudanhali. I heard through my brother who was working who has come to Mudanhali at that moment. So he used to he used to tell me, share his experiences of Swami being there at Mudanhali. And he used to tell that today Swami Satsang was there and Swami spoke about so and so thing. He used to tell such things to me. So then it was 2016. I started coming to Mudanhali every year for the annual sports meet. And then, as we know, that Dashara is celebrated so well there. So for Dashara, so once I brought my daughter and then the son. So likewise, I have visited Mudanhali for 3 years continuously. I have visited Mudanhali from 2017 to 18, 19. So then it was 2019, when I had a very intense prayer that children have to join admitted Mudanhali institutions. When I see the discipline, I see the culture, I see the kind of an education children get it in our Swami's institutions. Then 2020, January, on the first day of the year, I prayed. I wanted to be at Swami's place, and I wanted to have Swami's darshan. So 2020, I was at Mudanhali. My train has got delayed, and time I entered Mudanhali. So Swami had some other appointments, and I could not have Swami's darshan. 2020 January 1st. So then was so disappointed. I sat in the Premamritam hall. You all must have visited Premamritam. I sat there and I cried for a long time that I could not have Swami's darshan on the first day of the year. And I've come all the way and I wanted to have Swami's darshan. So then after some time, I got a message from my brother that Swami had some other important work and Swami could not stay back and he had to leave. And then after that, I came back. Then same month, after a few days, it was Jan 1st. After the Jan 8th, I got a call from my brother that Swami has invited me for Sankranti. Sankranti is a festival, Pongal festival in the month of January. So I got a message, I got a call from him that 13th or 14th of January, Swami wanted me to be there. So I was there on 13th of January 2020. And then 13th evening, I reached Mudanhali. And 14th morning, I had Swami's darshan. And it was a beautiful experience. I was sitting in the satsang. And then Swami has come to the satsang. And as usual, he walks in the Premamritam. And he has come close to me. And he first asked me, I was having my prayers for 6 to 7 years that my children have to join in Swami's institutions. But first, when he has come to me, he asked me about when did I reach Mudanhali and how did I reach and all those things. And after that, he asked me to leave my job and to work in his institution and to look after one of the girls' campuses. And I didn't understand at that moment because I never prayed for my job or my working in Swami's institutions. My prayer was that my kids have to join in Swami's institution. So, but Swami has first announced that you have to work here and look after one of the girls' campuses. And then Swami he he moved a few steps, and again he came back to me, and he told me that even you have to, your children also got the admission here. So both your children have got the admission. So then I understood that Swami wanted me to enter the campus first to be called as a staff here. And then after that, he wanted my children to be admitted here. So then and he announced that even kids also have to join here, and they have their admission is confirmed. Their admission, Swami told that their admission is confirmed. So then the miracle and the story started. It was 2020, January. I was blessed to work in Swami's institution. I went back to Hyderabad, and I was working in an international school there. And there I went back in 2020, February. I got an offer letter from our institution. I requested them that to wait for another 1 month, because March month is the academic year closing, and I was working in a CBSE school. And after March, I requested that I'll be joining the institution. But it was COVID has, it was the COVID time, and all the things have got closed, and I could not get the chance of coming back. I could not have the chance of coming back, and I have to stay back there. And from March to August, it was 6 months. 6 months it was. I could not come and join here, and no idea whether I'll be coming back, whether I'll be coming to Swami's institution and joining here or not. 6 months, it was intense prayer of that. I used to every day cry and pray that Swami, will I join in your institution? Will I get the chance of joining in your institution? Was it the dream that you came and you told me that I have to join in your institution? Is it really going to happen? So this was the prayer for 6 months, intense prayer. So during those 6 months, Swami has appeared in the dreams, and he made me so clear that maybe the doubts which I had when I was about to join Madanhalli, and the few doubts or the few, clear, he just wanted everything to be cleared. And Swami used to often come in my dreams, and in the dreams, it was like, one of such dreams I would like to share with all of you. Anywhere you would like to stop me, please, you can stop and ask me the questions. If I'm too speed, or if I'm not able to stop anywhere, please, you can ask me. I can stop anywhere. So one of the dreams I would like to share with everyone. It was a dream where in a big hall, like a Kulwant hall, where Swami Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba was performing a homa, and all the people, all the devotees from various countries have come there, and they all were attending the homa. And I was exactly sitting opposite to Swami there in the hall, and Swami was performing homa. After the homa, Swami has called everyone and asked all the devotees to come and take the prasad. And Swami gave prasad to each and everyone who was sitting in the hall. I was the one who was sitting exactly straight to Swami, and Swami saw me, but he didn't call me for the prasad. And everyone in the hall got the prasad except me. So I don't know what was the reason for that, but I was praying, Swami, what happened? Why didn't you give me prasad? You gave me to all the people who were sitting in the hall. And after that, again again the things were going on. After some time, he looked at me and he asked me to. He just sighed me and he just asked me to come close to him. I just went. I ran and I went to him, and he looked at me, and he was Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba. It was his form, and he looked at me and he told me, see, for all of them it is prasad. For you, it is Pada Namaskara, not Prasad. Please come and take Pada Namaskar. So I just ran, and I took Pada Namaskar, and I lifted my head, and I could see Swami in this form, the present form. I could see Swami in this form, now the present form which we have. I could see Swami in this form. And then after that, throughout the hall, wherever Swami has walked, I could see Swami in the present form. And I was looking here and there, and I was asking, Swami, where are you? Where are you now? So then Swami has told me, I am now this. This is what I am now. So I am now in this form. So this is what me is. So Swami has cleared, and Swami has come in dreams, and he has made me understand that Swami is nowhere and Swami did not go anywhere, and Swami is always with us, and Swami is traveling with us. So that kind of a dreams he has come, that kind of an experiences he has given me before bringing me to his institution. And as I was telling you, for 6 months, from March month to the August month, it was only every night I used to cry, cry and sleep. There is a one beautiful song in Telugu, Marachiti Vemo Madilo Mammu Sainada Prabhuva. It's a beautiful Telugu song. And the sense, Swami, you remember everyone in the universe, but you just forgot me alone. So this was my prayer. And every day it was, I used to sit my children and used to sing bhajans and used to pray and cry every day. Will I get the chance to work in your institution, Swami? Was it a dream? Will you be calling me again? So this was my prayer for 6 months. And it was in the month of August 27, I got a message that I have to I have to join at Gurukulam institutions. And that was the dream come true for 6 months of the prayers. And September 8th, I landed up at Mudanhalli. And then it was Swami has given me an opportunity to look after one of the girls' campuses, which is located at Chikballapur. It was 6th to 10th standard. We have this girls, children studying from the various rural backgrounds. And then I've noticed a difference in my life. 2 decades, 20 years of my experience was with the corporates, was with the international schools, and where I could see my life was only uh, this year, this is what my income is, and how I'm going to get what is my increment for the next year, how I'm going to save, what I'm going to save for my children, how much savings do I keep for my family. This was the thought process for the previous life before entering the Swami's institutions. When I entered Swami's institution, and I started working, I could feel a sense of fulfillment. I could feel sense of gratitude. And these children who are with us, they call me so lovingly, they call me as Amma. So I feel like this is what the is important in any person's life. So then I used to feel that I missed my 20 years. I could not. I could have come to Swami's institutions before instead of wasting a few of the years. So it was the year 2020 when I joined Swami's institutions. When I looked at these children who come from the different backgrounds, you believe it or not, when they join here for 3 to 4 months, we have to be with the child, nurturing them, training them, helping them, even to groom their hair, even to fold their clothes, even to tell them how they have to eat, because all won't come from the same families. They come from different families. Sometimes they don't get the kind of an affection from the parents, because single parents, they come from the single parents families, they come from the abandoned families. So they need that kind of a love, they need that kind of an affection. So when we give that affection to them, when we give that kind of an assurance that Swami is there for all of us and we are there for you, if not we, if not you people, nothing, no other job for us. So this kind of an assurance to the children makes them feel so comfortable, so confident, because I have seen the kind of challenges which a girl face outside. Not only a child who studies in the institutions, but also a female, a woman working in institutions, because I was into the private sector. I've seen the kind of challenges a woman faces. So, though whatever the big companies it can be, but challenges are very, very common for a woman, because as I've told you, my even my family experience I've shared with all of you. So this is common for every woman. So I know the kind of a challenges a girl faces in the outside world. So that was the prayer when my daughter was in 10th standard. I was literally praying, Swami. Swami, now 10, still 10th standard, it was all right. But after that, when she joins, she goes to the outside world and she has to join in a college somewhere. How is she going to face the life? How is she going to face the challenges outside? So this was also a fear for a mother like me. So I had the fear of how the girl will face the outside world. So then when I saw this girl so beautifully in a protected environment, where they were treated like like our own children in the institutions, and they have the younger sisters who takes care of them. There are so many interns, deputy chairpersons. There are so many young girls with them who takes care of them like their own sisters, and they all feel like we are someone is there for them to share their emotions, share their feelings with them. So this makes them feel so assured. This makes them feel so confident. So, so from 2020 September, I'm into Swami's institution. It's been 4 years. When I joined, it was Chikbalapur Prashanti Bal Mandira school I was looking after. Then Swami asked me to look after the PUC also, the intermediate girls college also at Nalkadnalli. And it was in the year 2021, immediately the next year, Swami has blessed me with a beautiful ring, as you all can see. And he asked me, it will be the prayers from the devotees always that Swami, please keep me close to your folds, please keep me close to you, Swami. But it was my fortune and it was my blessing that Swami has blessed me with this ring, and he told me that you have to be in my institutions till the end of your breath. So this was the prayer, this was the blessing which Swami gave me. I felt like, this is basically from the devotees to Bhagwan. And this was Bhagwan who has told me that I have to work in his institutions till the end of my breath. So it was one of my experiences which I would like to share with all of you. And from 2020, I'm into these institutions. And now, right now, currently, I'm being at Kondapaka campus. From the last 4 months, I'm here. And it is a beautiful campus. We have 116 girls who are studying here and who comes from the rural backgrounds and who are almost abandoned families, orphans. We have so many children who needs care, who needs an affection, who needs a mother's touch, who needs a mother's love. So when I look at these children and they call me so lovingly as Amma, I feel like I am so blessed, and I'm so, it's a great opportunity given by Swami to me, because I have seen the difference of the outside world and I've seen the difference of Swami's institution. Both the things I could see, and Swami has given me that opportunity to see both the things, both the challenges. A kind of a challenge the girl faces outside, and the kind of a secured life the girl child has in our system. I've seen both the things. So that makes me feel so fulfilled. And when it comes to my children and my family, I two children. Swami blessed me with two children. My daughter and son, both of them have joined in our institutions in the year 2010. My daughter has finished her 10th standard, and immediately after 10th standard, she got the admission here. And my son finished his 5th standard, and 6th standard, he got the admission. Then I realized why Swami asked me to wait. Swami did not give me the opportunity to admit my children in the previous years of my going and coming from Puttaparthi. Why Swami could not give me the opportunity? Then I understood, because he wanted both my children and me to join in Swami's institutions in the same year, because my daughter 11th standard and son 6th standard and myself in Swami's college. So three of us got the opportunity to work in Swami's institute, to be in Swami's institutions. And truly to tell you all, my son, an introvert boy who knows only mother in the life, as commonly happens for every son, who knows only mother in his life, nobody else he knows, right? He has not learnt anything till 5th standard, though he was studying in international school. He doesn't know anything except his bookish knowledge, or except his studies, and not very smart in his studies also, I should say. But now he's in ninth standard. It's been 4 years. Sixth standard he joined. An introvert boy who has not learned anything, who knows only mother in his life, who doesn't like to share anything with others, even including his father or sister also. Now the boy who is in Gurukulam Mudanhalli, he's studying. He plays viola. He's a boy. He's a boy in the band. We have the symphony orchestra band. He plays viola there. He plays a western flute. He plays piano. He is a Vedic student. He chants Vedam, and he is a good orator. And these are the beautiful things which Swami does to all the children who study in his institutions. And when my daughter was in 8th standard, I always used to pray that maybe she has to go for the civils, maybe she has to go for the MBBS, because that was my dream. And it was the inputs which I received from my family members and from my relatives that, you know, this is good for you, for your child, this is good for your child. So these all inputs have gone into me, and I always used to insist my daughter that she has to go for the MBBS or for the civils or something like that. But as we all know, Bhagwan, God has always a beautiful plan for us and for our families. So when she joined in first PUC at Alakadinali, where I was working as a principal there, and second year she finished the second year, and she has given her a performance and one dance performance. Then she asked Swami, what she has to join in graduation for the university. Then Swami has blessed her to join BPA, a beautiful course, Bachelor of Performing Arts Bharatanatyam. So there is a beautiful course which is there in our university. So she joined BPA course, and now she's doing her second year BPA, where she's getting the exposure of visiting many various dance institutions at Chennai, and gets an exposure of meeting so many eminent dance personalities. Being a mother, if she was with me, I could not have given this kind of an exposure or the opportunities to my children. So this is what Swami has done in our lives. And 2020, when Swami brought three of us to our institutions, Swami has not asked my husband to come here. Once or twice I asked Swami, when can Shankar come to our institutions? Then Swami used to tell that, no, there is time, I will call him. I do not know why Swami has told that, but as we know, Swami has his plans. So from 2020, when I joined, 2000, now this year he has come, to 2024 he has come. In these 3 years, if he was not there with his family, with his mother, father, and his brother, and his sister and sister's husband, with their family, he was staying. If he was not there with them, there could be a great loss, because in these 3 years during COVID, my husband lost his father during the COVID, and he lost his sister's husband also. So these are the few of the incidents which happened in the family. So Swami has made him to stay with the family, to support them, and to be with them. So these all the incidents took place in this 3 years. So now after this, now this 2024, when everything has got settled, and now this year, in the beginning of this year, a few months back, Swami has told my husband that he also has to resign his job. He was actually working as a PA, personal assistant to he's in the politics almost, he's in the deputy speaker. So Swami told me that he has to leave and be there in Kondapaka campus. So now he has come, and now my mother-in-law also stays with us in the Kondapaka campus along with us. So this is the beautiful, these are the beautiful experiences Swami gave in our life, and these are the things. And now I'm at Kondapaka campus, and every day is an experience for us. Every day is a beautiful journey with these girls. Who come and so lovingly share their experiences, who come and feel like, someone is there for them, someone is there to look after them. It's all again Swami. It's all, we are just the instruments, and we all know that we are in this place, or we are working in so and so. It's nothing, we are nothing. And it is only Swami who works through all of us. But this day, when they look at us, they feel that we are doing something, but it is the Swami who works through every one of us. And Swami is giving these wonderful opportunities to every one of us. So these are the few experiences which I have, and I have felt like sharing with every one of you. Any one of you have any doubts, any questions, please you can ask me.
Yeah, I think thanks a lot, Sister Adam. It was a great experience. I'm just reminded of what Swami says. Swami used to always tell us that if you are doing my work, then I will do your work, and your life is like a testimony for that. Anyway, so I think there are questions. I will request also everyone to start adding the questions into the Q&A or chat, and I will either you can ask directly or I will ask the questions. Before that, I'll give Sister a small break while we'll quickly have a couple of announcements maybe on each one educate one itself. Krishna Sister, do you have any updates?
Sure. Just hearing Purnima ma'am, it's so evident how Swami is transforming not only the children who study with us, but also the people, also the staff members, also each one of us who are in some way associated with the mission. I have this opportunity of meeting so many different kinds of people from different backgrounds. As I was telling you in my last, in our last webinar, I meet a lot of corporates as well who really don't know our system, but they come here and they see the kind of work that's happening. A whole new world opens up to them. I would like to share an experience that I had a couple of weeks ago. Now, like as Purnima ma'am mentioned, her daughter is studying in the Bachelor of Performing Arts. So where students get the opportunity to pursue music or dance in a professional manner. So that's what they learn about. That's their passion, and they're given that opportunity to delve into it deeply, and they don't need to be bothered with normal academics. Their passion is music, their passion is dance. They can, pursue that as a degree in the university. So, so when we have these events in Mudinahalli, I'm sure all of you have watched them online or even, been here in person for some of them. So we invite a lot of our corporate partners for these events. And the way the events are conducted in Premamritam, they are of high professional standards. Even when we go to corporates, we don't see that kind of professionalism. So when these corporate partners come and see our institution, they go back inspired. As a result of this, one of the corporate partners had told us, they are having their annual day celebrations in the company, and they wanted our students to come and perform there. Now, in today's world, where there's so much, where people are moving away from traditional systems, not many are interested in Vedas, or not many are interested in traditional music or dance. Getting this kind of a request was a surprise for us. So, of course, we immediately accepted, and we worked with their team to find out what is it that they would be interested. And they only wanted traditional music. Obviously, our students are not going to be singing movie numbers or anything like that. So they are well aware of that, and they said, whatever it is that you perform in your auditorium, please ask them to perform the same thing here. So, I got the opportunity to accompany the students for this event. It was in a 5-star hotel, Hotel Sheraton, where the students from the music department performed Carnatic and Hindustani music. And it was a very different kind of a crowd. and I wasn't sure how they are going to receive traditional music. But to be honest with you all, just sitting there, and I was looking at the audience as the music program was going on. Everybody just, they just enjoyed the music program completely, and they felt so calm. They felt so much at peace. And after the program, we had a cocktail dinner, and as I was walking through the crowds and talking to them, everybody appreciated, and they said, "Thank you for giving us this kind of an experience." So what I felt was that not only the staff, the students, the devotees, even people who may not otherwise get acquainted with our system, they are also being touched, one person at a time, through this mission. For instance, we had another company that invited, it's a German company, and they said they're celebrating their 15th year anniversary in India, and their vice president from the UK is coming, and they wanted the program to start with Vedic invocation. And our girls from the Bachelor of Vedic Science department, around 9 to 11 of them were there, and they began the program with Vedic invocation. And the chant, it was so powerful that after they finished the chant, for a minute, it was pin drop silence. And then the vice president went up to the stage and he said, "Everything is so divine because you all chanted this. I feel so inspired, divinely inspired, just because you all came and gave this beautiful performance for us. So we are very, very grateful." So that's all I want to say, that, this mission it's not only about us, it's about the world. Like Swami is saying, one world, one family. Each person is getting impacted in so many different ways. Sorry, I hope I didn't take too much of your time. Jaydev, please go ahead.
No, sister, it's amazing. Every time you talk about these experiences, I don't think, I cannot imagine. Probably there are not many, girls of this age chanting Veda in any other part, right? It's a very unique and that experience. And there are some questions coming in, but before I switch to it, like there was another question related to this thing, so I'll just talk about that very, very quickly. From the as I said last time too, like normally the Each One Educate One team in US, as guided by Swami, we do a matching program on the beginning of the year, because the March is the academic end. So normally the beginning of the year, when we all start the year fresh, we have seen this program very successful. So we are doing it this year too, where each of all the devotees who want to make a contribution, if they make the contribution during this March, where we are try to finish the academic year numbers. So at Each One Educate One US team actually match every devotee's donation for every child. So every child that you actually donate as part of from till March, as part of Each One Educate One, we actually from our side make equivalent donation, so that to encourage all of you, and also even for our own satisfaction, that so that we can contribute and give push by March end. And typically by April, normally we're blessed to have Swami here too, and then we submit the list and Swami bless them, and Swami has even blessed last time at Satsang for those folks, and Swami has guided us more things we should do in US and all that. And this Satsang itself is one of the things that Swami asked us that you should continue doing every month. So we will continue to have that program. So that means till we already see many people donating at this particular point, but since March end is the end of the academic year in India, whoever wants to make donation at this time, there is an extra bonus that the even team will match every donation equally till March end. So as usual, you go to even.foundation /participate, or even.foundation to come read more about it, especially if you're US devotees. And I know there are devotees all over, from all across US attending this call. For some of them, it may be a little late in the night too. So, so for any more details, just reach out to any of us or go to even.foundation and let us know. And then we'll try to make it to 108 children at least. Normally, that's our goal by January to March, and submit that to Swami when he's here. So hopefully we can do that this year too. So thanks for all your help there. So details, I think we chat to even.foundation, participate. Anyway, with that, I don't want to hold on to the questions which are coming in. So I would start. I think for some people, I might request them to read the question, but of others, I will actually read the question myself. And also, a question can be for Purnima Madam. I know it's a rare chance to have her with us, and also to Krishna's sister. Both of them are, very busy people, coming directly from Madanali. So, first question. Actually, there's a variant of this question I also have, but first I'll read the question from Sister Veena. And her question is, Sairam sister, thank you for sharing your experiences. What is the main difference you noticed coming from other schools to Swami school as far as the children's behavior and teacher and children interaction with each other? Since I think you're in a unique position because you have seen both sides. So what is the difference that you observe?
Basically, when you see the children outside, parents don't have time for the children to spend, because both the parents, most of the time, they're employed. So they don't have time to spend with children, and children are exposed to various distractions. So they have their whole world, like, it's a phone, distractive phones, devices, gadgets are in their hands, and they get distracted. And children don't get the proper kind of support from the parents to go in the right paths most of the time. Because I was also into that system, and I also have experienced the same thing. And what happens is that maybe presently in the present generation, when the parents also have one or two children are pampered, and parents also feel like, whatever the child asks for, we are supposed to provide, because it's our minimum responsibility that the parent feels. But we don't understand the real problem which we face over a period of time as they grow. What kind of a challenges a parent faces, this we may not be noticing it. And as sister asked the question, so outside what happens is that education, values education, or all these things are taught in the books. There is a value education book which is there in the schools where I have worked. So honesty is taught, discipline is taught, okay, devotion is taught, all these things are taught, but practice is not done. It's taught like a story. After the story is done, so things are forgotten. But and the teacher-student relationship is also, it's a teacher is working and teacher has a few students in the class and she has to do her job. The inner connection with the students, that won't develop in the outside world where I have worked. It's a relation of where we are working for a job and where we have to, fulfill our responsibilities as a teacher. But when it comes to our institutions, what I've seen the difference is that the connect with the child happens here, because the child here is so special for all of us. They are not, they are into the different, coming from a different system. So where they need your attention also. So when they are with us, so this kind of an extra care is given to them. So what happens, they develop a connect with us and we develop the connect with them. And there is completely pure, and there is no kind of a, we are doing it for a sake of some marks or something. Because the school where I worked, I still remember that our director used to ask the principals or the teachers to post the marks, to give extra marks because he has to be answerable to the parents. He has to be answerable to the parents. So he used to directly ask the principals and the teachers that they have to give marks, otherwise the school gets the bad name, and otherwise the school's reputation goes down, and the child has to be given extra marks, something like that. So this was the system I have seen outside. But here we don't work for the marks. We work how we can help the child, how we can slowly improve them. Initially, when they join, they come with the lack of even the basic things also, basic foundation also they miss. That's the reason in our institution, what we do a bridge course of 3 months when they join, 6th standard when they join, because they come from the rural backgrounds and from the government schools and from the different schools. So for the 3 months, we give intense coaching called as a bridge course. We give the basic foundation to them, so that the child should not feel that he has come to a different world and he finds everything difficult. So we give 3 months bridge course, and then slowly we'll take them to the subject. So it's not that immediately the child is not given the books and he is not being given that pressure or a kind of a worry that what he's going to study. So that's what the difference which I find. And I have to tell one thing, during the COVID time, not only in one state, it's almost whole India, everywhere, every school you see, it was closed. And the teachers were not given the salaries also. Even I was also working in that school where I've told you about it. So the teachers were told very clearly that there is no fee payments, and we cannot be in a position to afford the salaries to the staff. But it's the only institution which I've seen, our institutions, Sri Sai Gurukulam institutions, our trust has given the salaries, full salaries to all the staff throughout the COVID period. Though the classes were going on, though the classes were not going on, but the teachers were paid salaries during the COVID. And not only that, the students who come from the rural backgrounds, when they were not having the gadgets to attend online classes, even the gadgets were provided to the students, including the monthly recharge was also done from the trust, done for the child, so that minimum income of the parent, monthly income, small incomes which they have, so that the parent should not feel it's a burden to make the child attend the online classes. That was also done from us, which I feel it's a point to share with all of you.
Yeah, I mean, before I go to the next question, I would actually, one thing I can add is, sister, you said from a teacher's perspective, and being blessed to be a student in Puttaparthi long back, and I can tell you, I can guarantee you now that I've gone through, I studied there, and then I went to even some of the top institutes in the world, and even now, like when we go back to Vrindavana Parthi, we go and meet our teachers, and that connect all of us, like we can nestle in here, that connect that we had as students, we never had that same connection anywhere else. And I think that was primarily because, and this is, I can tell you from the other side, what the student is feeling, it's because we have seen our teachers through our years, they stay with us, and their selflessness was visible to us. It was not words, right? And everywhere else we went, we found very bright teachers, but we never found somebody whose only attention was on our welfare. So that selflessness definitely is something which, when a student observes it, and that connection that we have, that even now we ask them for guidance. So, you all play such an important role for all our lives. So, I mean, I know it's not easy, easy job. So thanks for doing that. One question I had, I think there are many young parents here in this group with kids. How do we, we were all probably very blessed to be in Swami's fold, and but many of our children are not growing in similar kind of atmosphere. But for younger children, right? How do we, has Swami given guidance on how do we tell them about God and spirituality and devotion? Because they also, in some way, maybe in a rightful way, like I feel, maybe every parent feels, we were more, if our parents said something, we probably just, okay, we'll this is Swami, and we'll be consider him as God and have devotion. But these children are rightfully will be have access to more more information. They'll ask more questions. Why should I follow? What's the benefit of it? So how do you kind of teach them about devotion and guidance to God, and how do you kind of connect them with God? How do you do that with the children, especially coming outside of Swami's fold?
I would like to tell a brother here. Initially, when children are very small, if you tell them that maybe when they are into the institution or a system like this, they see every day, it's easy for them to understand. But as you said, as they're in a different world, it's not very easy to make them understand. So, but what we can do is, as always, Swami says, good is God. So we don't have to tell them to, this is God, this is, it's, you have to pray, or you have to do this devotion, or you have to do the prayers, nothing like that. But we can just involve them, and we can also be a part of where we do so many good things, where we spend some time with them and make them involved in some good activities. So many activities, we have so many activities in and around, where we participate, make the children participate, and slowly when they have that kind of a feel, that connect them, when they start developing, that when they do some help to someone, they get the kind of a satisfaction. When somebody is, you wipe the tears of others, you feel satisfied. When somebody eats food, and when they're hungry, you give something, they feel so happy, and there you are happy. So these kind of simple small things, when we start educating, when we start teaching our children at the young age, slowly as they grow, they will know that this good what we are doing is that God is in that form. So these are the things when they will develop. And the other thing is that what I see even in the present times, even my cousins or the brothers' families. So what we do, children look at us and imitate us a lot. We are the direct teachers for them at the family, at home. So when we try to teach something to our children, so please see to look into it, that whether how much are we able to practice it, whether how much the elders are able to practice it. Are we really practicing it before, when we are trying to explain or trying to make the children follow that? So this is also one important aspect. And let the children participate in various good activities, and that good, let the children understand that this is God. So that's what I feel. As they slowly grow, they will know that this is whatever we were doing all this year, this good is God. So there is no any other form. And Swami is teaching, so don't get connected to the form, don't get connected to something else, just do good. In the good, you'll see God. So that's what I feel.
I know
Sorry,
that's
Jaydev, you're mute. You're muted.
Thanks a lot for the answer. I think the tougher part of the advice is we should follow before we tell the children too. So thanks for that. I think another question, I'm losing track of, yeah, there are, I don't know whether you can see the comments too. There are some comment, I think and Sandeep is here. I'll just read out his comment, that thank you, Sister Purnima, for sharing amazing experience, and wish to compliment and sincerely appreciate Sister Krishna too, who's always adds the cherry on cake, sharing insight in Swami's education program. It's amazing to learn that corporates are inviting us children, and maybe a tour of these children in USA will help in creating awareness and bring in more support. And thank you, Krishna Sister, for sharing. I think there are other comments too on thanking for the sharing experience. One question, I think two questions. This is more on the campus itself. What grades are there in Kondapaka campus? Second question is, I'm sure students are very inspired by the selfless service by Purnima Madam and others. How many of them want to be part of the mission and work in the schools and medical college?
At Kondapaka campus, we have 11th and 12th standard students studying here. So what happens is that in a place like this, as the campus is located in the rural backgrounds of the village. It's very close to the rural area. So the parents don't show interest to continue a girl's child education after 10th standard. Higher education is always a challenging task for the parents, and they feel the, because every day I interact with the parents and the children here, so I see that the parents don't want girl child especially, to continue education after 10th standard. There could be few reasons here. One is that they feel it's a risk for them to send the child to the college. The other thing is that they cannot afford the higher education. So these were the few challenges which they find. So now we have intermediate here, 11th and 12th standard students studying here. We have 116 girls. We have 4 streams here. We have MPCS, MACS, MECS. So and BIPC we have here. So now these children after 12th standard also, if they have to join the university, they have to go to Nallipadrinahalli, means a place near Muddanhalli. The university girls study there, continue their education there. But now what happens is that the parents who are from the uneducated background here, they're not much aware of the university which is located at Bangalore. So now Swami has blessed all of us, blessed to start a university block here. University block has started here and it is under construction. So this year university block construction also gets over, and the children, 45 children from the second 12th standard are very much are interested. They are joining the university and they want to continue their studies here. Swami is starting BPA, Bachelor of Performing Arts and Computer Science here. So children are very much, what happens is that when they join here, initially for a few months, it's 5 to 6 months, it takes time for them to learn these things, to learn this culture, to understand this, to get adjusted with the system. But as we all know, the people around them, when they are also into the same kind of a system, same kind of a thought, same kind of a practices, children get used to such things, and it makes them, all of them, to follow the message clearly. And all the children are joining our university here. And very soon this year, Swami is starting the university also, and we are expecting that even some other children from the rural backgrounds also take this advantage. This is going to be the first private university, first free private university for the women at Telangana. So all the children are joining back, and these are the grades we have here.
Right. Yeah, I think there is a couple of questions on how does the matching work, kind of thing. I think very quickly, I would add that if you are making a donation in US through Divine Will Foundation, Sai Global Mission, then we track that from from January to March, and we do the matching based on that. Otherwise, I think, as somebody suggested, send a mail to mdh.satsang@gmail.com. It's there in the chat about your donation, and then we will match that. There is another question. I think this is in reference to the incident you mentioned about when your daughter was born. There was some hesitation from your in-laws, kind of thing. Did you happen to talk about that, or how did you tell your daughter about the unconditional love in all circumstances?
To my daughter?
Yeah, like I think the question is how are you able to tell your daughter about showing unconditional love at all circumstances?
Not only when she was born, then she has faced that. I mean, when she was not aware, she has faced that. But even after, when she was growing, also that difference was shown by in-laws at family. So, but I was like a friend to my daughter. It was not like a mother and child's relation, mother and daughter relation was not there. I was the very best friend to her, which made her to have complete sharing with me. Even today, she is my best friend and I am her best friend. Uh, she share everything. She's in adolescent age, as you know, she's into the 18s, but still she feels like sharing each and everything to me. It's because of the time which I have, or the moments which I have spent with her when she was very small. So that time have given, a time to share and time to sit with her and to give, make her understand, show her some Swami's things, and take her to the Samitis, take her to the bhajans. And she also used to participate in water distribution camps and Narayan Seva. Sundays we used to have Narayan Seva. These are all the few things she used to participate. And so that way I used to have more connect with her. So that was the time she used to have more time with me. So that way I could give that love to her. And maybe that was the reason that Swami has put me in this institution, and I could see only my daughter in this 116 girls face. I don't see anyone else, because though children are studying at Mudanhalli, I'm in Hyderabad. I never feel like I'm missing my children, because I see my daughter's face in all the 116 children. Because that's what Swami has told me. Treat all the children as your own children, and you leave your children to me. I look after them. So that's what the thing I'm following it here. So when a child comes to me here in the college with a problem, or with some, she wants to experience, she wants to share something, just immediately I just visualize that I'm talking to my daughter. And if she's my daughter and she shares her experience to me, how do I treat? So I pat her, I took her, I take her, and I tell her, I give an assurance, don't worry, this is what it is. So when I do that, what happens? She feels that a mother is there with her. So this is the kind of it's not about me. This is about the people who work in Swami's institutions. This is the kind of attention we give it to our children here.
Thanks a lot for sharing that.
Thank you.
It is, I think we can tell you one thing, that your daughter is lucky to have you as a mother. And that's what most of the parents want when they send children to school, to have the teachers, look after them like parents, right? So it's so nice to hear. I think it's been some time. We crossed the 1 hour mark. I know it's getting late for people, especially in the East Coast. It may be late in the night. So we can slowly.
Yeah, I think, sorry, one quick thing. I think Brother Sandeep, Sandeep, if you want to ask this question for Sister Krishna, you can ask, but I'll ask it directly. Basically, Brother Sandeep's question was, how about getting, he just responded to me separately. He's asking, like, how about getting our talented kids? He means like kids from Budanali and, the institution to the USA for some event. That was his question. So I think that's what he wanted to ask Sister Krishna. So you can respond, Krishna.
Well, all of you know how difficult it is to get a US visa. Be that as it may, we are actually trying. Swami has commanded that the music students as well as the engineering students should travel to the US. For the music students, I'm still, as you know, I also work on the visas. So it's also my responsibility to make sure this happens. So right now, we are sending the engineering students, at least we are trying to, because they have their appointments coming up next week. The US visa appointments are happening next week for 3 engineering students. Swami wants them to from the US have exposure about the technologies that people use in the US in the construction industry, because there's so much construction that we do in our system, the hospitals, the schools. So they're coming on an internship program to the US, and hopefully they'll get their visas and they can come along with Swami when Swami travels in April. So that is the plan. For the music students, we are still working it out, because it has to be a performance-based visa, which is for a particular time. We are still figuring out the moralities on that. So yes, Brother Sandeep, it's happening.
Thank you. I also wanted to say, Dr. Sanyanand is here. Dr. Sanyanand, if you have any questions, if you want to make some comment, please go ahead. You are a panelist, so you can, for the speaker or for Sister Krishna.
Sairam, brother, it's really Sister Purnima, Sister Krishna. Your words are so inspiring and so uplifting. I'm a pediatrician, and I've taken care of children for last 43 years, and so it's so heartening for me to hear, how you take care of these children, treating them like your own daughters, and so on. And as a scientist on child development, I wanted to ask Sister Purnima, so what do you see as this alchemy of love in the child's social and emotional development? Because that is the one thing that is lacking, I feel. American children don't get that kind of, feeling of security, feeling of unconditional trust and unconditional love. And that is why we are having such a high incidence of mental health problems and behavioral problems and all kinds of things. So I don't want to mention all, but so if from your experience, when you see these girls come in and you give them unconditional love and make them feel secure and trust, earn their trust, how do you see their social and emotional development change?
Thank you so much, brother, for that question. When an unconditional love is given to these children, so even socially and emotionally, they will balance their life so well. Because what happens is that they don't have any other ways of distractions here. Basically, what happens is that we see the kind of more of distractions outside. But whereas children who are here, they see only they have a structured timetable here. So when they have a proper structured timetable from the morning, they get up to the night, they sleep. So their timetable is also planned in such a manner. So what happens? They don't have any other obligations. They don't have any other distractions, which makes them to get connected to what we teach them. So whatever we teach them, they get so connected to that because of due to this lack of other issues, other issues. And as we all know, the kind of love when we receive it from Swami, so it's so connected to all of us. So the same manner, see what happens now. We have a child who's studying here. She's an orphan. She lost her parents when she was 4 years old, and she studies here. We people around in the institution, we are everything for her. So whenever she gets anything to share, she immediately comes to us and feels like to share with us. So when that kind of a love is given to them, making them feel that to give an ear and to give and time to listen to them, so that gratitude they will develop. They will develop the kind of a gratitude that when I need some help and the people have given that love to me, and over a period of time when they complete their education and join back and they start looking after these things, they remember these experiences and they start showing this love to their younger sisters. And not only as they grow, but they are in the system also. They are into the system where they stay with so many girls in this institution. So they also, along with them, when they are staying in the hostels, dormitories, so they also have that kind of a experience, like how we give it to them. They like to share it with their sisters in the dormitories, in their family, so in their system. So this is the kind of a transformation. This is kind of a change which happens in this institution.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
I think that was a great question and a great answer. I think it's a right place to end this great session. Thanks again, sister, for joining. Both Purnima Madam as well as Krishna. Sister, I know you are going to be very busy, and as again, Swami is visiting the campus in 3 days, so she's busy preparing for that. So, sister, we will get you back to narrate some of those incidents of the Swami visits. But again, I know, thanks for joining and sharing the experiences with all of us. We'll end the satsang with the Om and 3 Shantis.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Say.
Thank you so much. Thanks for listening so patiently. Thanks a lot, Sai Ram.
Thank you.
Sai Ram,
Sai Ram.
everyone.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.